Hi, and welcome to the LesParis.com podcast. I'm Les. This podcast is a short daily monologue that you can listen to. Use it to practice listening to English. Use it to stimulate ideas. Use it for BGM.
Hello, and welcome to the Les Paris podcast, episode 60. Yesterday in episode 59, I talked about driverless cars. Today, in episode 60, I want to talk about hats for a few moments. Let's listen. Hats. Do you like hats? I liked hats. When I was a boy, I loved hats. I found good things and bad things about them. Of course, hats are fashionable. It seems like there's a hat for every occasion. There are stylish hats like this and stylish hats like that. In fact, I don't even know the names of all the hats. But a lot of them look really, really nice on people, and sometimes they look nice on me too. Then there's hats to show us a job. For instance, a policeman's hat, or a soldier's hat, or a baseball player's hat. Of course, the baseball player doesn't wear the hat to show he's a baseball player, but that's part of it. The other part is safety, and that's what brings us to another part of hats. Hats bring safety. I did a lot of rock climbing and ice climbing, and I always wore a hard hat to protect my head. And I'm glad I did. Lots of things hit my hat. Then there's also just keeping warm. If you live in a cold country, or even a not so cold country, it's nice to wear a hat. It helps you keep warmer. I come from Canada, and in Canada we have a hat with a special name. It's called a toque. T-O-Q-U-E, I think. And if you want to check, you'll probably see pictures on Google, and you'll say, I know that, but you didn't know it was called a toque. That seems like a French-Canadian word for this kind of hat. And I've worn lots of them. They're really warm, too. But hats have a problem. When I was a boy, I kept on taking my hat off because, you see, in Canada, you're not supposed to wear your hats indoors. When you go inside a building, you take off a hat. So I'd take it off and put it somewhere, and then I'd forget to put it on, and I'd leave it behind. So I have mixed feelings about hats today. How about you? Well, that brings us to the end of episode 60 about hats on the Les Paris podcast. I talked about hats and the different styles and the functions and keeping warm. Tomorrow, let's change and move our attention over to pierogies. Pierogies are a kind of dumpling. I think they come from the Ukraine. I'm not quite sure there, but they're yummy.